The moon is entering Aries tomorrow, and when this happens, time itself feels like it accelerates. If you're watching this now, it is not random. The next 48 hours are not ordinary hours. They are charged, pressurized, and extremely revealing. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, the spark before the fire becomes visible, the moment intention turns into action. When the moon moves here, emotions stop waiting for permission. Energy stops asking questions. Life pushes forward whether you feel ready or not. You may notice a sudden urgency in your body, like something inside you is saying now or never. That is not anxiety. That is activation. The moon in Aries strips away hesitation and exposes what you truly want, what you're willing to fight for, and what you can no longer tolerate. During this transit, suppressed emotions don't stay quiet. Thoughts you've been avoiding surface without warning. Decisions you've been postponing demand attention. In the next 2 days, the universe will test your alignment. Situations may arise quickly, conversations may happen unexpectedly, and opportunities may appear without explanation. Aries energy does not knock twice. It moves fast and rewards courage. If you hesitate, the window closes. This is why these 48 hours are crucial. What you choose now sets momentum that carries far beyond this moon phase. You may feel more impatient than usual, more direct, more willing to speak your truth even if your voice shakes. That is the moon igniting your inner warrior. Aries does not tolerate self-betrayal. If you've been shrinking yourself to keep the peace, this energy will make that impossible. If you've been waiting for a sign to act, this is the sign. Pay attention to sudden impulses, but don't confuse fear with intuition. Aries teaches discernment through action. You will know what is right because it feels alive, not because it feels safe. During this transit, the body speaks louder than the mind. Restlessness, bursts of motivation, flashes of anger or passion are signals asking to be expressed consciously, not suppressed. For many, this moon will activate new beginnings. You may feel pulled towards starting something you've been thinking about for weeks or months. A project, a conversation, a boundary, a decision. Aries energy favors initiation, not perfection. The universe is not asking you to have all the answers. It is asking you to move. You may also notice tension rising in relationships. Aries is honest to the point of discomfort. If something is misaligned, it will surface quickly. This is not meant to destroy connections, but to reveal where truth has been avoided. What survives this honesty becomes stronger. What doesn't was never meant to continue into your next chapter. Over the next 48 hours, your reactions matter more than you realize. How you respond under pressure shows the universe what timeline you're choosing. Acting from fear keeps you repeating old cycles. Acting from courage shifts you forward rapidly. This is a moment of accelerated karma. Small choices carry big consequences. If you've been feeling stuck, this moon brings a push. If you've been waiting for clarity, it comes through action. If you've been doubting yourself, this energy reminds you that confidence is built by moving, not thinking. Aries doesn't wait to feel ready. It becomes ready by doing. Tonight and tomorrow, protect your energy. Avoid unnecessary conflict, but don't silence yourself. Move your body. Channel the fire instead of letting it burn you. Write, walk, create, speak, decide. The worst thing you can do during this transit is nothing. By the time this moon begins to soften, you'll look back and realize that something shifted quickly, almost invisibly. A door opened. A path became clear. A version of you stepped forward that had been waiting for permission you never needed. As the moon fully settles into Aries, the pressure you feel is not meant to overwhelm you. It is meant to awaken you. This energy does not arrive gently. It arrives like a spark hitting dry ground, demanding movement, demanding truth, demanding presence. You may feel like you can no longer tolerate delays, excuses, or emotional stagnation. That is because the universe is accelerating your timeline. What once took weeks to process may now take hours. What once required external validation now only needs your inner yes. During this phase, pay close attention to what irritates you. Aries energy exposes where your power has been leaking. Anger is not appearing to harm you. It is appearing to show you where boundaries are overdue. The situations that trigger you most during these 48 hours are pointing directly to what must change if you are to move forward. Do not ignore these signals. They are messages wrapped in fire. You may also feel a strong desire to break free from routines that no longer serve you. Old habits may suddenly feel suffocating. Obligations you once tolerated may now feel heavy and misaligned. This is not rebellion for the sake of chaos. This is your soul demanding authenticity. The moon in Aries reminds you that your life is meant to move, evolve, and expand, not stay trapped in comfort that drains your spirit. Dreams during this time may be vivid, symbolic, or emotionally charged. Your subconscious is highly active, processing unfinished business and preparing you for a fresh start. Pay attention to what you dream, what you remember upon waking, and what emotions linger in your body. These are clues about the direction your energy is trying to move. This is also a powerful moment to claim something internally. You do not need to announce it to the world. A quiet decision made with conviction during an Aries moon carries immense power. When you decide who you are becoming, the universe reorganizes to meet you there. Action taken now, even if small, sends a signal that you are ready. For those who have felt invisible, unheard, or overlooked, this energy restores confidence. You may suddenly remember who you were before doubt crept in, before fear taught you to play small. Aries reconnects you with your original fire, the part of you that came into this world unafraid to take up space. That version of you is waking up. Be mindful of rushing into conflict just to release tension. Not every battle needs to be fought, but every truth needs to be acknowledged. Choose courage over reaction. Choose clarity over impulse. When Aries energy is used consciously, it becomes leadership rather than aggression. The universe is watching how you handle momentum. Are you willing to move when the door opens? Or do you hesitate and wait for another sign? This moon is the sign. Synchronicities may appear quickly. Messages, numbers, chance encounters, sudden ideas. These are confirmations that you are in the right place at the right time. By the end of these 48 hours, you may feel lighter, clearer, and more decisive. Something will click. A fog will lift. A choice will feel obvious. Trust that shift. It is not temporary. It is the result of you aligning with the speed of your soul. Remember, Aries is not about force. It is about initiation. The first step, the brave yes. The moment you stop asking what if and start saying this is it, the energy moving through you now is ancient, primal, and purposeful. As this Aries moon continues to burn brightly, you may notice that the universe stops whispering and starts speaking clearly. Signs that once felt subtle now feel undeniable. The clarity arriving in these hours is not accidental. This is a cosmic checkpoint, a moment where hesitation dissolves and instinct takes over. You are being asked to trust the part of you that knows without proof, the part that feels direction in the body before the mind can explain it. You may feel an urge to reclaim something you gave up on, a dream you placed on hold, a version of yourself you buried under responsibility or fear. Aries energy resurrects forgotten courage. It does not care how long it has been. It only cares that you are willing now. Time bends during this transit. What you believed was delayed may suddenly surge forward when you decide to meet it halfway. Notice who reaches out to you and who doesn't. Notice which connections feel energizing and which feel draining. The moon in Aries cuts through illusion quickly. It reveals where energy flows naturally and where it is forced. This is not about judgment. It is about alignment. Anything that feels heavy during this period is asking to be released or redefined. Your intuition will be sharp, fast, and unmistakable. You may get flashes of insight that feel almost urgent, like inner commands rather than gentle suggestions. Do not overanalyze them. Aries' intuition is meant to be followed, not debated. If something feels like a clear yes, move. If it feels like resistance in your chest or gut, pause. Your body is your compass now. This is also a powerful moment to break cycles. Patterns that have repeated for years can be interrupted in an instant under this moon. One conscious choice can collapse an entire loop. One honest conversation can reset the trajectory of a relationship. One brave action can rewrite a long-standing story. The energy supports boldness, especially when it comes from self-respect rather than ego. You may feel a renewed sense of independence, a desire to rely on yourself rather than waiting for others to validate your path. This is healthy Aries energy, reminding you that leadership begins internally. When you stop asking for permission, life responds faster. When you claim authority over your choices, the universe aligns with that confidence. If fear arises, do not push it away. Fear appearing now means you are standing at the edge of expansion. Aries does not eliminate fear. It moves through it. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is action in its presence. Whatever scares you slightly during this transit is likely connected to your next level. By the time this moon begins to fade, you will not be the same. The shift may be subtle externally, but internally something solidifies. A decision becomes final. A desire becomes undeniable. A boundary becomes non-negotiable. You will feel more rooted in who you are and less willing to compromise your truth. Trust this process. The speed you feel is not chaos. It is alignment catching up with you. Life is moving faster because you are ready to move faster. The fire you feel is not meant to burn you out. It is meant to light your way forward. As these hours continue to unfold, you may realize that the pressure you feel is actually momentum building beneath your feet. The universe is no longer preparing you quietly in the background. It is placing you directly on the launch pad. The moon in Aries does not wait for comfort. It activates when readiness meets willingness. And right now, both are present whether you consciously recognize it or not. You might notice that old doubts feel weaker than usual. The inner voice that once questioned your worth or timing may suddenly sound distant, almost irrelevant. That is because Aries energy strengthens your core identity. It reminds you that you were never meant to move through life second-guessing your own instincts. You were meant to lead yourself first. This is a moment where taking initiative changes everything. A message sent, a decision made, a step taken now has ripple effects far beyond what you can see. Even actions that seem small carry amplified power. The universe is highly responsive during this transit. When you move with intention, reality answers quickly. You may feel called to simplify, to cut through mental clutter and emotional noise. Aries energy thrives on clarity. It strips away overthinking and brings you back to what truly matters. Ask yourself what you want right now. Not next year, not someday, but in this moment. Your honest answer is your next instruction. There may also be a strong desire to reclaim your time and energy. You could feel less patient with distractions, excuses, or obligations that don't align with your direction. This is not selfishness. This is self-respect activating. The moon in Aries teaches you that your energy is sacred, and where you place it determines what grows. For some, This transit brings sudden courage to end something that has run its course. A habit, a mindset, a connection, a situation. Endings under Aries energy are swift and decisive. There is little drama when clarity arrives. Once you see the truth, there is no need to linger. For others, this energy sparks a bold beginning, a fresh commitment to yourself, a new path that feels exciting and slightly intimidating at the same time. That combination is a sign you are moving in the right direction. Comfort does not expand you. Courage does. Your emotions during these hours may be intense, but clean. Aries does not hold grudges or linger in emotional loops. Feel what comes up fully, then let it pass. Do not carry emotions longer than they need to be carried. Express them consciously, then move forward. This moon is reminding you that life responds to those who act. Not recklessly, but honestly. Not impulsively, but bravely. When you align your actions with your truth, the universe clears obstacles faster than you expect. By the end of this cycle, you may notice a quiet confidence settling in. Not loud, not performative, just solid. The kind of confidence that comes from knowing you chose yourself when it mattered. These are not just any hours. They are activation hours. Pay attention to what you initiate, what you release, and what you commit to internally. The fire moving through you now is not random. It is guiding you toward your next chapter.